What you see here are different images generated with Pixel GPT, and you only see 30% of the whole collection of available models. From Minecraft texture to illustration, Pixel GPT can do it all. First, to visit the website, go in the description. The link is deep-pixels.com. So before the tutorial begins, you need to know what Pixel GPT is. Pixel GPT is a website with multiple different tools to generate textures, 3D render, illustrations, and more. Yes, you can make a full Minecraft armor set. Yes, you can make items for the Stardew video game. Yes, make different resolutions pixel art. Yes, you can do all that. So first off, for those who are impatient to generate a 16 pixels Minecraft item, just click on this card. Then you have this user interface where you can input some text in the green box and then click generate. Now be patient, because you probably are a free user, you will have to wait for a server to take your image generation request and process it. It's not instantaneous. You will see your generated image appear on this left bar. So now let's review the different parts of the website. We will go into each part in this video, but one thing you must remember is, if you don't know what a texture is, you don't know what an image is, or you don't know what alpha channel or transparency for a PNG image is, there is high chance you have a lack of knowledge about how images work, how Minecraft uses textures, so please, before going further in this video, make sure to learn about those different topics. Many users mixes the terms 3D render with Blockbench model, or think that Minecraft uses 3D assets for swords where it's only extruding the texture, so lack of knowledge is the most common issue when users want to learn how to use the website. So first, please make sure to create an account and log in. You will be able to see the images you have generated. So regarding the menu, we have first home, which is this page, then chat for Mythic mob skill generation, batch to generate a lot of images simultaneously, config generator to use AI for generating Minecraft server plugin YAML configurations, images to see all the free users only generated images, status to see if the generation server is alive. The rest are administrator pages you can ignore. You can contact me through Discord or through the contact page, and you can see premium plans. Now next, we are going to concentrate ourselves on the different sections of the website. Like you can see here, there are different pages for different kind of users. There is Newbie, Newbie Premium tools for AI image processing tools, and the expert section. Let's get back to Newbie page. You see those 4 different cards with image. They are different image generation models. Read their titles to understand what they generate. When clicking on them, you see we arrive on an interface where we can ask them what we want to generate, but we can then go in Newbie Premium. Premium means you need a paid account to use them. The premium models are way much more powerful, they understand your prompt much better, and the image quality can be exponentially better. Just like the Newbie AI models, we can select a model and ask it what we want to generate. For this example, let's generate a crossbow. So now, let's speed up the time a little bit until it's finished generating. Now we have our crossbows generated. We can either download all of them or click on the grid button. With these tools, we can actually separate the different items into different images. We can remove the background color and can even keep some badly removed pixels by clicking on the picture one by one. It may take some time, but you can perfectly extract items from an image. You can also change the background color, but for most models, you shouldn't worry too much about changing it. We will now focus on Newbie Premium tools, and especially one tool in particular, the Palette Recolorizer tool. Please, before doing anything, read the usage tip in yellow. You can then drag and drop same size images with transparency onto the UI. We will transform this diamond set into a gold set. Sometimes you need to change the prompt a bit because the AI might get stuck on some items. Once generated, we can then separate the items. This time we need to be careful. We are on a 3x3 grid of items. Each pixel size is 1. It's why the UI is a bit broken with such a small image size. We then must select all the images and download them. We can even preview what the entire recolored set looks like in an image editor like Photopea. Now, before diving into the expert page and the other pages, let's talk about the premium plans. There are 4 plans. Only yearly plans or 6-month plans exist. The reason for it is it actually costs a lot to deliver all those services. Some people will be critical and say that everything should be free, although those people are never really the ones creating real working products. So all the plans you see on the page let you generate an infinite amount of images, but where the different plan levels intervene are on the number of simultaneous generation requests you can make and the priority for your image to be taken by a generation server. So a bigger plan means you will be able to make more generation requests simultaneously, and you will have priority over other users. Also, bigger plans give you access to way much more batch generations in the batch page. We will see more about the batch page later in this video. And of course, with those plans, you can access all the premium models of the website that are locked for free users. Now we are in the expert page, remember? We clicked on it before. People are scared about this page, mainly due to its complexity and the number of tabs, though experienced artist or Minecraft server owner might recognize most of those terms here. I will explain them to you step by step. Follow closely. First, when you want to use a model, you can't search using some kind of search bar. This is a functionality that might be implemented in the future, though. In the expert section, you actually have access to absolutely all the models of the website. Newbie Premium tab only hosts not even 5% of all the models available. So to simplify the explanation, I will describe visually what each part does and means from top to bottom. At the top, we have a large white text box. It's actually where you type what you want to generate. A good tip is to use this pattern for prompting the AI. Subject plus adjectives like diamond, blue, and red. It's a pretty stupid example, but it can work. Also, remember, the AI models are not fully aware about everything that exists in Minecraft or other games. Sometimes describing literally visually how an item or creature looks like is better than giving it its in-game name. For example, instead of asking for an elytra, you can ask for 2 angel wing black. It's visually similar and it can help the AI understand what you want. So that's all for the white text box part. Now the text accuracy. Think it as the bigger the value, the more the generation will look like what you ask in the prompt. But in return, the image quality is worse, and I can show some weird glitches. On the contrary, a lower value gives better visual quality, but doesn't always follow correctly the prompt. Now let's look under text accuracy into the tab sections. What you see here are nested tabs. The deeper or lower you go through these tabs, the more precise you get. So baby, standard, and pro means different model size. What does it mean exactly? Well, it means that the bigger the AI model you use, the better it is. It's as simple as simple. Baby is not very capable, Pro is very capable but a bit slow. So if you click on each model size tabs, they all have different categories. Those categories varies depending on the model size and might change in the future. But let's take pixel art and illustration. Well, all models under pixel art are only models doing pixel art images. Models under illustration only do illustrations images. It's as simple as that. Now, when you select a category, you can see its subcategories. For pixel art, for example, we have 16 pixels, 32 pixels, and pixel art. Well, all models under 16 pixel subcategory are making images in 16 by 16 pixels. Also as simple as that, and pixel art models are doing by default 128 by 128 pixels images. Once we have selected a subcategory, we can select an actual AI model. Hooray! Here we can only see baby 16px, but there you be, way much more models. Look in standard, for example. Each model can have multiple versions from 1 to as many as possible. Most of the time you want to use the biggest version available. Well, we now have selected a version for our model. We can then select the model itself. Again, yes, it's a bit weird, but you have to do it. You must click on the green button, select this AI model. Then you can click on the green button, generate image, and now you have to wait for the image to generate. Be patient. Like I said before, it's not instantaneous. So now we will concentrate ourselves on style selector or select image references feature. One caveat is that sometimes the AI doesn't generate actually what you want, or it doesn't look like it because, like said before, the AI doesn't know everything about all games in the world like Minecraft, and sometimes she might fail on certain tasks. To solve this issue, sometimes using the Pro models actually help, but sometimes you might have to use the style selector feature. So to use this feature, visit any models inside the expert section and find one that supports style selector feature. For demonstration, we will use first a 16 pixels model. To demonstrate the capabilities of those features, we will use a simple Minecraft item. What we actually want is the same item, but in different material. By same item, I mean the exact same shape. For that, follow this process closely. First, you want to take the item, make sure it's in the correct image size. For a 16 pixel model, we actually need to provide a 16 by 16 image. Careful, many users put some random size images or doesn't check the image size and experience some bad results. You need to respect the model pixel size rules in order for it to work. Right now we need to put the image inside My Image References page, upload your item there in a new page. Now let's get back to our model. We click on Style Selector or Select Image References feature. You now get this user interface. Please, for Newbie, click on the Help button. Everything is described. Now once again, let's review the different sections of this interface from top to bottom. At the top, we can see a section with our images we have uploaded. On each image, you can see a checkbox and 2 radio buttons. Checkbox means you can select multiple images. The maximum is 16. And the radio button means you can select only one of the images. So the checkbox you see here is for the style. What does it mean to copy a style? Mostly 2 factors can be taken into account: the composition and color palette. By copying the style, you kind of teach the model how you want the images to look like. The 2 radio buttons are for base image and shape. Normally, when we generate an image, we start from some random noise, and then the AI removes step by step that noise until it looks like what you asked in your prompt, but you can actually instead start from any image you want rather than noise. This helps the AI on choosing the right color for the image and adjusting the position, placement, and rotation of the elements in the image. Think it as an artist that instead of starting from scratch, starts from your face, but can do anything with it. So the base image helps the AI know what colors to use, what composition to follow, and more. Then we have the shape feature. Just as said previously, sometimes you want the shape to be exactly like in an image. For that, you can use the shape feature. The shape feature will force the AI to follow the same shape, but she can't see the colors in the image. Think it as the silhouette of someone at sunset, but the AI can't see his face, but must really draw someone with the same silhouette. For our example, we actually said we wanted to have a Minecraft leggings, but in a different material. So just to check you followed the explanations, let's do a simple quiz to check that you've understood everything with this Minecraft leggings example. Choose between one or more choices between those statements. 1. I must check the style checkbox to copy the style of the leggings to be the same. 2. I must check the base image because I need to copy the leggings. 3. I must check the shape image because I want a similar leggings to the one I already have. Read carefully each statement and choose one or more statements that you think are correct. The right answer is the third one only. If you choose another statement, please listen carefully to the previous explanations. So why don't we check the style then? Did we say we wanted to copy the colors? No, right? And as for the base image, do we actually want a similar material to the leggings? No, right? So the only valid statement is the shape. No, we don't want to copy the colors or style. We want to copy the shape and make a different material out of it. So now we have chosen our shape image. Now I will explain all those settings below, starting from style strength. Style strength is valid only if you have selected some style images. It's not our case here. But note that style strength means how much should we influence the style of the generated image based on the selected image styles. It's not our case here, so we can ignore this setting. Image strength is if you have selected a base image. It's not our case here. Just note that a 100% image strength will actually return the exact same image you selected. So the bigger the image strength, the closer to your selected base image the generated image will be. It's not our case here. So once again, we can ignore this setting. Now, shape strength parameter actually interests us a lot. We need to use this setting to determine how much we want the AI to respect the shape of our selected shape image. But remember, a too big shape strength means a flat image with no details, so we must find a balance in between in pair with the shape strength % of generation parameter that we will see later. Shape affected by small transparent details parameter means, do you want the AI to capture small details when detecting the shape? Most of the time, you want this pretty high. Now, shape effects % of generation is a parameter to always use with shape strength. A little free tip, a value of 7 for shape strength and 7 for Shape effects percent of generation is pretty good most of the time. So shape effects percent of generation parameter means for how long during the generation process should we force the AI to generate something to follow the shape, which means, for example, for a value of 7, the first 7 step, if we'll force at strength 7, since we chose shape strength 7 earlier, to generate something that looks like the shape, and the rest of the time the AI can do anything she wants based on the previous steps result. So to summarize, the first 7 steps, the AI followed the shape. The rest of the 3 steps, she don't have to follow the shape, and so she can add nice details onto the image. Always try to experiment with those settings and try to find the one that fits the best. You won't always get a perfect image on first shot. Many users just give up after the first try, and it's sad because you can do so much with this tool if you are willing to experiment with it. So let's get back our explanation. So the parameter overall style strength, you shouldn't ever change it, but it can sometimes help reducing the stylized effect of the model. The use color palette parameter is working only if you have selected at least one style image. You can ask the AI to only copy the color palette and not the style of the selected style images. It's not our case here, so we will ignore it. Use color style parameter tries to force the AI to use the same color palette. Once again, you will have to experiment to find the right setting. So now I will demonstrate what you should select for our leggings. Finally, we can do a diamond leggings in nearly the same shape as our red leggings. Of course, since we set the shape strength on around 7, you'll see that it won't follow perfectly the same shape, but you can increase the value yourself if you need it to. So here is our result. We can actually see that we have a diamond leggings. It's not perfect, but we can actually see that it has partially followed the shape we asked it. Remember also to use the prompt to help the AI in guiding its generation.
So I've pushed the limit of the style selector further just to demonstrate what you can actually achieve in terms of result when you're using style selector. So yes, I've zoomed in. So what you're seeing here is a zoomed in version. I can zoom out if it's too scary, but just to see the image, I will zoom in. Okay. So as a base image, I've used, you see this price sheet. I've added some noise a bit randomly around the character, but not on the eye. And I ask for a man. I use this as style, so it's very important. So here, just to say, I'm in any pixel size model. So if you go under pixel art, so under standard pixel art, any pixel size, you can find this model, and you can specify some size. I will show it after that. But there, just to showcase, I've used this one as shape. So you see, I want the character to follow this shape. So it's a bit kind of tricky because he has no clothes. So the AI might try to do some character without clothes. We'll see it here when she generates. She's a bit lost. She doesn't really know how to put clothes because I'm asking it really to follow the body. But you can trick that with some noise, like you see in here. I've added some noise on the base image, so for the shape, and for the style, you see I've used this image for the style. So you can use actually any image you want, but I've used this one. You can actually use any image you want. Using style helps the AI color the character a bit much if the model is not trained on it. So the model I'm using, so I'm going to apply it. So look at the settings: style strength here, image strength here, shape strength here, shape affects percent of generation here, shapes affect percent of generation. Okay, right? You've seen the parameters. So now the model I'm because I've written this standard pixel art, any size pixel, custom any size pixel art. I'm here. I've selected it. I've selected 8 for 112, 2 for 172. What does those mean? The model has been trained on different resolution. You're kind of asking it to use this use 80% of this training and 20% of this training and 0% of this one. Select the size, so it's 128 by 192, and that's it. And then you have to say image references like I did before, and you got it. And once you generate the image, you can download it, and yes, okay, right. And you can see it's kind of following. So after that, you can actually generate multiple times. I haven't time to spare on this one, but if you have time to spare, you can definitely do some tests and trials and try to achieve way better quality and stability. You can do it for animations also, animations frame. You can do it for a variety of things. You can even, for example, just crop here and put it as a shape image for a normal model which is not pixel art, and you will convert an image from pixel art to cartoon, for example, if you go in illustration and cartoon, right? So you can do a lot of things with style selector. The only thing that you have to do now is test it. Like I said previously in the script, many users give up. They just give up. They want the result now. They're not patient most of the time, and they really want a good result now, and they mostly don't want to learn. There's one thing you need to know about this website. Most of the stuff, and with AI in particular, most of the stuff you want to achieve, if the AI is not smart enough to do it for you, you will have to help her doing it for you. So I don't know how to explain it, but that's it. You must learn to achieve some good results on particular scenarios. Okay. So now we're going to go into batch. So batch is simple. You select a category. So read this before, please. You select a resolution. You select the model. You type some items. First word. Mythic ingot. Water bomb. So what is batch? Batch, for example, if you want to make a texture pack or something like this, you want to do a lot of generation together. So and you want to be able to manage everything, etc. So we'll see further after that. But you need to look at your pricing level and see what are the limitations. So depending on your pricing level, you may have lower or bigger limitations. Once you're there, you can just type the images you want to generate, click validate. You need to wait a little bit if you're asking a lot of items, and you can find it in batch list. So you'll see it's generating. The previous one just finished, so I'm just going to show it. Yes. So after that, you can just select the images you want to download. For example, I want to download this one, and I have 3 buttons main. Download selected will download the selected images with the background removed. Okay, so if I click download selected, it's going to make a zip. I have all my images. I look at diamond, you see the background is removed. That's a first thing. For example, another thing is you can download selected row. It won't remove the background. It's just as simple as that. You can download everything raw. So download everything raw, and it will download even the images that are not selected. You can ask for a redo. So for example, if I click diamond, redo, it's going wait, and I'll have to wait again and go back and go back to the generation later. So that's the idea. Another thing you need to know is using your slots. So because it would be overkill if you could generate hundreds of things together like this. So, okay, it has no, it hasn't failed. I know why. When it's in batch, don't delete when it says fail. Yeah, it's an other issues, but that's it for batch. Don't delete when it's in failed. It's just the batch process which is not managed by the same process. It's another thing. Right, so this is batch. You can actually see your generated images, and you see they haven't failed. That's why you shouldn't click failed, delete failed. But that's the idea. Water bomb, yeah, I think it doesn't understand this. I'm not sure I've selected the right model for water bomb. I think it's a block model, yeah. Yeah, I think, what did I do? Okay, right. Don't do this. It's a block model. I asked for some items. You need to do it correctly. So that's it for batch. Now we'll go into the config generator page, and it's one of the last subject of this video. Yes, you have a Minecraft server, you have plugins, so I know there is only one here right now. You might have plugins with YAML configuration files. You want AI to do it for you, you actually can for certain plugins. So right now only Oraxen custom block is supported, so you can only do custom blocks. But the main idea is yes, you can actually generate full config with a GUI. So I own it. You may have two cards here if you're new, but I own it. Always remember to enable the properties you want to be visible. So display name, for example, diamond, right? And if I just click generate, and yes, display name, that's as simple as that. There's a lot of options. You can go very deep, you can add some items, you can add item flags, I don't know, add the element, right? Where is item flags? Yeah, right here we can activate it, add attributes. Yeah, we can hit generate again, see what happens, item flags, add attributes, that's it. So there's a lot. I can't go through everything here in this config, but you can really specify everything inside the config, right? So it's a full UI for your custom blocks in Oraxen. You can actually also I forgot chat. I will go into chat after that. You can actually a magical block, a magical crystal block. I'll hit generate. In between, we'll go into the chat page. Chat, I'll be very fast. Yes, you ask for a Mythic mob skill, you get a Mythic mob skill. As simple as that. You can't ask him stupid questions. It's not an assistant. It's just for Mythic mob. If you don't know what Mythic mob is, you don't need to use this page probably. So that's the idea. Yes, a little thing I didn't specify, so it has generated with AI. We'll see shimmering crystal block. Okay, we'll see what it has generated after. You need to purchase credits. Why isn't it included inside the premium plan? Because it's using an external system. It's not using my GPUs like it's the case right now for everything. It's using another API which is very costly, which costs a lot actually. So seeing 1000 credits for this price, trust me, it's pretty low. So you can pay for the model and get it at full low price, the lower price possible. But that's the idea. So what has it generated? So right, no mechanics. So sometimes it generates some mechanics. Maybe you can ask him explicitly to use some mechanics. For me, it's been lazy. Yeah, it has been lazy. Maybe enhancing the prompt. You see, I just ask a simple thing, so it's asking me, it's responding with a simple config. Maybe if I ask something more complex, it would have activated the corresponding things. But here I just asked to block, and I didn't ask some special effects or to act like a heart or anything like that. And probably it considered it was not useful to use them. And he's probably right. So that's the idea behind this config generator. There will be more config generator. Yeah, you can just click generate also. I showed this, I think. Yeah, I think I showed this. You can generate and see. Remember to activate the properties if you want it to be generated in the YAML. That's it. More plugins will come in the future, especially items adder, which should come pretty soon. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't hesitate to subscribe, leave a like, and bye bye.